Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, boys and girls. Welcome back to another new class of distance learning program. My dear students, boys and girls, my name is Sayyid Faraz Hassan. I am your mathematics instructor. With me, I have my team, the team of subject specialists, Sir Ashraf Ali and Ms. Shabana Salman. Dear students, we have been discussing this topic, quadratic equations and functions. Today, again, we will be solving some quadratic equations involving some fractional equations. So let's start our lesson for today. Dear students, our learning objective for today, by the end of this lesson, you will be able to solve fractional equations that can be reduced to quadratic equations. Also apply the quadratic equation in real world context. So we will be solving some word problems as well today. So the first question, this is exercise 1D of your maths book 3. Question number 5, solve each of the following equations. Now, dear students, you can see there are some fractions involved in this equation. So the first thing, we need to streamline this. We need to make a single line equation by simplifying the two denominators we see here, right? So what we can do, we can take the LCM to get rid of these denominators. So let's do it. Let's bring this fraction 4 upon x on this side. So we have x upon 2 minus 4 upon x equals minus 1. Now, we can see the two denominators 2 and x. So the LCM of these two denominators 2 and x will be 2x. So let's simplify this. Uh, 2 multiplied by x and x multiplied by x makes x square. X multiplied by 2 and 4 multiplied by 2 makes 8. Cross multiply this denominator on this side. We have x squared minus 8 equals minus 2x. Okay, boys and girls, remember whenever we are solving quadratic equation, we need to have 0 on either side. So we need to bring this negative 2x also on this side. So let's bring it on this side. And we have now x squared plus 2x minus 8 equals 0. What I did, I moved this negative 2x on this side. And I also changed my equation in descending order. I have first x squared, you can see on my screen. Then I have 2x, and then I have a constant negative 8. Now, boys and girls, this is a single line quadratic equation. There are no more fractions involved in this. Now, there are different methods to solve this quadratic equation. You can apply factorization method. You can apply quadratic formula. This is your choice. Now, I can see I can easily apply factorization technique, that is middle term breaking. And now the two extreme numbers are 8 and 1. In our mind, directly we can multiply 8 ones are 8. Factors for 8 will be 4 twos are 8. So I'm going to break this middle term as 4 twos are 8. So I'm going to write plus 4x minus 2x, right? Whereas the two extreme numbers, negative 8 and x squared, remains the same, equals to 0. So my dear students, now I have four numbers. I can easily make two groups, and I'm going to take out something common from these two groups. So x common from the first group, I have x plus 4. From the second group, I can take out negative 2 common, again x plus 4. Remember, whenever we write a negative sign outside the bracket, we need to change the inner sign. Now take out x plus 4, again common. and we are left with x and negative 2 equals 0. So dear students, what I did, I factorized it and I got the two factors as x plus 4 and x minus 2. Now the product of these two factors equals to 0. Make two columns, either or. X plus 4 is 0, x minus 2 is 0. Move this plus 4 on this side, it becomes negative 4. Bring this negative 2 on this side, it becomes positive 2. So, my dear students, the two possible answers are x equals minus 4 and x equals 2. So, what I did over here, I simplified the fractions by finding the LCM of the two denominators. I simplified it and I got x squared plus 2x minus 8 equals to 0. Now, what I did, I found that I can easily apply middle term breaking method. I did it accordingly. If you feel you can do it easily by applying a quadratic formula, so this is your choice. You're allowed to use quadratic formula in this. You can do it and still you will get the same answers. Okay, no matter what method you use, your answer remains the same. There will be no change in answers. So let's move on to the next question, boys and girls. This is part C. X minus 2 upon 5 plus 1 upon 2x minus 3 equals 1. Again, I can see there are two denominators, 5 and 2x minus 3. So we can find the LCM. It will be 5 and 2x minus 3 equals 1. Now, 5 is already there. 5 and 5, they get cancelled. So 2x minus 3 multiplied by x minus 2. Then there is a plus sign. 2x minus 3, 2x minus 3, they both get cancelled. So 5 ones are 5 equals 1. I can cross multiply this denominator over there. So I have 5 ones are 5 and 2x minus 3. Now, rewrite this. 2x minus 3 multiplied by x minus 2 plus 5 equals 5, 2x minus 3. Now, dear students, what can you do? You can open the brackets by multiplying them. So let's multiply these two brackets. 2x multiplied by x, it makes 2x squared. 2x multiplied by 2, it makes negative 4x. Then negative 3x, and then negative 3 multiplied by negative 2, it makes positive 6 plus 5. Okay, then equals to 5 into 2x makes 10x, and 5 into 3 makes 15. Now, dear students, what can we do? We can bring all the numbers on one side and make it equal to 0. But before doing that, we can also simplify and add and subtract few numbers. So I'm repeating it again. What I did, I multiplied the brackets and I found 2x squared, then 2x into negative 2, negative 4x, then minus 3 into x, minus 3x, then minus 3 into minus 2 makes positive 6, plus 5 was already there. 5 into 2x makes 10x, and 5 into negative 3 makes negative 15. So now let's simplify this more. 2x squared, negative 4x, and negative 3x makes negative 7x. 6 plus 5 makes 11. Bring this 10x on this side makes minus 10x. Bring this negative 5 also on this side makes positive. Bring this negative 15 also on this side makes positive 15 equals to 0. So dear students, again you can add and subtract more numbers. 2x squared, negative 7x, and negative 10 makes negative 17x. Okay, 15 and plus 11, it makes 15 plus 11 makes 26. Positive 26 equals 0. Now, this is your single line quadratic equation 2x squared negative 17x and positive 26 equals to 0. So again, you have a choice. If you are good in factorization, you can apply middle term breaking and do the needful. Or if you want to do it by applying quadratic formula, you can use that. So what am I doing? I wanted to do middle term breaking method. So I'm doing that middle term breaking. What do we do in that? We multiply the two extreme numbers. The two extreme numbers are 26 and 2. 26 and 2, the product is found to be 52. In the next step, what do? We find more factors of this product 52. So 52 comes in again 2 into 26. It comes in 4 into 13. Okay, so 4 into 13 and again 2 into 26. And let's check out these two factors, these two pairs. 4 plus 13 makes 17. Yes, there is 17, but I need to have negative 17. So what I'm going to write it as negative 4x and negative 13x. Okay, what I did middle term breaking by breaking the middle term minus 17x into minus 4x and minus 13x. How did I found minus 4x and minus 13x? By multiplying the two extreme numbers 26 and 2. The product of 26 and 2 is 52. Furthermore, I found more factors of 52 and I found 13 into 4 is 52. So also, I added 13 and 4 and I found it as 17. So I kept the two negative signs, negative 4x, negative 13x. So now, whereas the two extreme numbers will be the same, plus 26 equals 0 and 2x squared as it is. Now, I'm going to make two pairs and I'm going to take out something common from these two pairs. All right, from the first pair, it's 2x common. So x minus 2. From the last two numbers, I can see 13 common or negative 13 common. So again, x minus 2 equals 0. X minus 2 is again common, boys and girls. So I have x minus 2, 2x minus 13 equals 0. So finally I found two factors. I need to make two columns to find two answers, either or. Either the first factor x minus 2 is 0 and I found that x equals to 2. This is the first answer, dear students. So the next one is 2x minus 13 is 0. Move this 13 on the other side. 2x equals 13. X equals 13 upon 2. So you can write it as 6.5, or you may write it as 6.5. So dear students, this is your answer for this equation, fractional equation, x equals 2 and x equals to 6.5 or 6.5. Again, I found the LCM of the two denominators. I simplified it. I made a single line quadratic equation. Then I applied middle term breaking method. And I found the two factors. I equate both the factors equals to 0 in the two different columns. And I found x equals 2 or x equals 6.5. So hope the message, your concept is clear. Okay, now this is a word problem call. Now, the perimeter of a rectangle is 112 centimeters, right? And its breadth is x centimeters. Find, in terms of x, an expression for the length of the rectangle. This is part 1. In part 2, they are saying that given that The area of the rectangle is 597 centimeters square. Formulate an equation in x and show that it reduces to x square minus 556x plus 597 equals 0. This is part 2 of the same question, and there are two more parts. Solve this equation. Solve this equation. They have given you a quadratic equation giving both answers correct to two decimal places. And part 4, hence find the length of the diagonal of the rectangle. So dear students, this question is related to a rectangle. And what are they saying? They are saying that the rectangle is having a perimeter 112, and the breadth of this rectangle is x centimeters. Find in terms of x an expression for the length of the rectangle. They're asking you to find the length of this rectangle having perimeter 112 centimeters and breadth x centimeters. So dear student, the first thing what you do for a better understanding, just draw a simple rectangle. As this question is all about rectangle, so for your own understanding you can make a simple rectangle. Now let's this is our rectangle, a simple rectangle. Okay, now what are they saying? The parameter is p equals to 112, so I'm writing p equals to 112 centimeters. Okay, furthermore its breadth is x, so x centimeters, and this is also x centimeters. Find in terms of x an expression for the length of the rectangle. So this is the length, question mark, and this is also the length, question mark. We know that in a rectangle the opposite sides are equal, right? Everyone knows this much. So what is given to us? Perimeter is given to us. What is a perimeter? Do you know that? Perimeter means sum of all outer sides, right? How many outer sides you can see in this rectangle? There are four outer sides. So what can you do? First of all, it's given to you parameter P equals to 112 centimeters. Okay. Now what is P? P is sum of all the sides. How many sides you can see? There are four sides. So let's add up the four sides. X plus X, then L plus L equals to 112. So we can add up this 2x plus 2l equals 112. Now what are they asking? They're asking that find in terms of x an expression for the length of the rectangle. We need to find the value of L. So let's make L the subject on this side by moving 2x on the other side. So I have 2L equals 112 minus 2x. Okay. Furthermore, cross multiply this 2 on this side. 112 minus 2x whole upon 2. Now, dear students, can you simplify this? Can you simplify the denominator 2 in this? Yes, you can simplify it by taking 2 common from the numerator, then that 2 which you are going to take out common, that will be simplified with the denominator 2. So that is what am I saying. If you're going to take out 2 common, if you take out 2 common from 112, so you have 56, because 2 multiplied by 56 makes 112. Then minus x whole upon 2. 2 cancel, 2 cancel. So you have the expression for length as 56 minus x. All right, dear students. So I hope this makes sense to you guys. What did they ask? They asked this. They ask that find an expression in terms of x for the length of the rectangle. So I found the length of the rectangle as 56 minus x. I hope this makes sense to you guys, and here is the first answer. Now, given that the area of the rectangle is 597 centimeters square, what are they asking us? Find out the show that the equation reduces to this. Okay, it means that you need to make this equation by using the area given to you. Okay, by using the area given. Acha, just one more time, just for a better understanding, I'm drawing this rectangle again. Now, what are they saying? They are saying that the area of this rectangle is 597 centimeters square. And they have given us the breadth as x, and we just found the expression for length as 56 minus x. Okay, and what we have learned in the lower grades that the area of the rectangle is given by the formula a for area is equals to length multiplied by breadth. Okay, so let's plug in the values which are given to us. 597 is the area. Excuse me, 597. The expression of length we just found in the previous part, 56 minus x. All right, and the breadth was already given to us as x. So we have this equation. We're going to open up the bracket by multiplying x with the bracket. So 597 equals 56x minus x into x is x squared. So let's bring all the numbers on one side, make it equal to 0 and see what do we get. Negative x squared, when it moves on this side, it becomes positive, plus 56x. When it moves on this side, it becomes negative. And 597 was already there. It was positive there. It remains positive. So what do we have on the right hand side? We have 0 on the right hand side. So dear students, this is what they were asking us. See, can you see this in the question? Show that the equation reduces to x squared minus 56x plus 597 equals to 0. So by just simply applying the formula for area of the rectangle, that is A equals to length into breadth, I found this equation. Hope the concept is clear. You just need to apply the formula A equals to length into breadth. Let's move on to the next part, dear students, and see what is it. So dear students, this is part T. What are they asking us in part 3? Solve the equation x squared minus 56x plus 597 equals to 0, giving both answers correct to 2 decimal place. This is the same equation we just found in the previous part, right? So they're asking us to solve this. Now the best way to solve this equation is applying quadratic formula. So and for the quadratic formula, what do we need? We need the values of the coefficient a, b, and constant c. So let's extract these values from this equation. A is 1, b is negative 56, and c is 597. So dear students, furthermore, we need to apply quadratic formula to get our answer. X equals minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac whole upon 2a. So let's plug in these values now. Negative, and the value of b is also negative. Negative into negative 56 plus minus negative 56 square. Then we have minus 4. The value of a is 1 and the value of c is 597. A big number, right? And then 2 multiplied by 1. Okay, dear students, now what do you need to do? You need to use your calculator to find the square of this number, that is 56, and then 4 multiplied by 597. So let's do the needful. Please use your calculator. Negative into negative makes positive. Okay, plus minus. So 56 multiplied by 56, this is found to be, that is 3,136, 3136. Okay, then minus sign. Then again 4 multiplied by 597. The answer is found to be 2388. Whole upon 2. Okay. Then furthermore x equals. Again, please use your calculator. Find the difference of 3136 and 2388. So we need to do this needful subtraction now. 56 plus minus under root. So the difference of these two numbers is found to be 748 whole upon 2. And then we'll find the square root of this number 748. 748, the square root is found to be 27.35 whole upon 2. Now dear students, after this you know that you need to make two columns. In the first column you're going to write 56 plus 27.35 on 2, and then you can add up the numbers 56 plus 27.35 and then divided by 2. The answer is found to be 41.67. 41 point. Okay, the next part, or x equals 56 minus 27.35 whole upon 2. X equals, you can use your calculator, 56 minus 27.35 divided by 2. The answer is found to be 14.33. All right, so these are the two possible answers of the equation x squared negative 56x plus 597 equals 0. Okay, dear student, now the last part of this question. Hence find the length of the diagonal of the rectangle. Do you know what is the diagonal in the rectangle? Let me show you on this screen. If this is my rectangle, so this longest side which is touching the opposite corners inside the rectangle, this is called diagonal. Or in other words, if I consider it as the two triangles, so this is the hypotenuse, right? This is the hypotenuse of the triangle. Okay, now furthermore, if I consider this triangle, let me consider this triangle. This is my triangle. All right. Okay. Sorry, my pen isn't working here. So this is my triangle. Find the length of the diagonal. Diagonal is the hypotenuse in the triangle, or the longest side which is touching the opposite corners inside the rectangle. So now I have the length and breadth. I have the length and breadth. Now what can I do? I can apply Pythagoras theorem to find the length of this hypotenuse, or the longest side. We know that what is the Pythagoras theorem? Hypotenuse square equals perpendicular square and plus base square. I hope you guys know this formula of Pythagoras theorem. Hypotenuse square equals perpendicular square plus base square. Hypotenuse is the longest side inside a right angle triangle. Now, remember, we found the expression for length of this rectangle. This is it. In the first part, length was 56 minus x. So length was 56 minus x. Out of these two answers we found in the first part, you can take any one for this. Let's suppose the width is 14.33. So what am I doing? 56 minus 14.33. So I found that length is found to be, please use your calculator, 56 minus 14.33. So it is found to be 41.67. So this is the length, 41.67. And let's suppose out of these two values which we found in the previous part, the width is 14.33. Okay, now we have the length, we have the width, and what are we finding? We are finding the longest side inside the triangle, that is the hypotenuse of this rectangle. So let's plug in these values of length and breadth in this Pythagoras theorem formula, because we are asked to find the longest side. Hypotenuse square equals, the perpendicular is 14.33 square, and the base was found to be, that is the length, 41.67 square. 41.67 square. So dear students, you have your calculator, you can directly do it in one go. 14.33 square plus 41.67 square. Please use your calculator. 14.33 square plus 41.67 square. Your answer is found to be, after rounding it off, 1941.74. This is the sum of the squares of 14.33 and 41.67. What did they ask? They asked us about the length of the diagonal. So we need to get rid of this square. Let's take the square root on the two sides. Square and square root, they cancel out each other. So our hypotenuse, or the longest side, is found to be under root 1941.74. If we use our calculator to find out this square root, is found to be 44.07. 44.07 centimeters. This is the length of the longest side of the a rectangle. So boys and girls, this was the word problem question, and there were four parts in this. In the first part, they asked us to find out the expression for the length of the rectangle by using the parameter concept. I found the length of the rectangle, 56 minus x. In the second part, they asked us to formulate this quadratic equation, and they have given us the area of the rectangle as 597 centimeters square. We know that the area of the rectangle is length multiplied by breadth, so just plug in the value of length and breadth, and area value was already given to us, 597. Simplify it and the equation automatically reduces to this. So we did the second part. In the third part, they asked us to solve this quadratic equation. We solved it by using quadratic formula, and the answers were found to be x equals 41.67 and 14.33. In the fourth part, they ask us find the length of the diagonal of the rectangle. Remember that in the rectangle, the diagonal is the longest side that touches the opposite corners. In other words, if I consider two triangles, it is the hypotenuse of the triangle. We know that in a right angle triangle, we have a formula called Pythagoras theorem. We use it, hypotenuse square equals perpendicular square plus base square, and we plug in the values of the base and the length and the breadth. Okay, and in order to find out the length, I used the part 1 of this question. The length expression was 56 minus x. I suppose my length as 14.33. I found the length as 41.67. Then again, I plug in the values in the Pythagoras theorem. I added the two squares. I simplified it. I found the square root of it. And finally, the hypotenuse, or the longest Length of the diagonal is 44.07 centimeters. Hope you enjoyed today's lesson. The question was a bit long, but again, it was very easy. The concept was all about a rectangle, and I'm sure you have done such questions in your lower grades as well. Okay, dear students, so what did we learn today? How to solve fractional equations that can be reduced to quadratic equations, and we apply the quadratic equation in the real world context. That is, we did one practical word problem question. Thank you, dear students. May Almighty Allah bless us all with happiness. And again, you guys are requested for a better understanding. Please see the video lesson once again. Leave a response and have a nice day. It's Friday, so do remember me in your prayers. Remember our homeland, our country, everyone around you in your prayers. May Almighty Allah bless us all and our dear homeland with health, happiness, and peace. Take care. Ameen. Allah Hafiz. We'll meet again next week. Until then, Allah Hafiz.